Have you ever stopped to think about which family members truly affect your peace after turning 70? We often believe that family means safety, affection, and unconditional support. And yes, that's true in many cases. But sadly, not always. As the years go by, we realize that time becomes even more precious, our emotional energy more limited, and our patience for stress starts to fade. That means we need to take better care of our space, our mental health, and our peace. And sometimes that requires making tough choices, even when it comes to close relatives. If you're over 70, know this. It's not about resentment or family drama. It's about respect. Respect for yourself, for everything you've lived through, for everything you've built, and for the calm you truly deserve in this stage of life. In this video, we're going to talk about 6 types of relatives you may need to keep some distance from. They're people who, even without meaning to, might drain your energy, steal your peace, or make you feel smaller than you really are. Walking away from them isn't being cold. It's choosing yourself. It's recognizing that your emotional health matters a lot. Stick with me until the end, because besides understanding these profiles better, you'll learn how to set loving boundaries without cutting ties, while still protecting what matters most, your peace and your well-being. Shall we begin? Number 1. The relative who always demands too much. One of the most draining types of family members, especially after 70, is the one who's always asking for something. Your time, your attention, your help, your favors, but never stops to ask how you're really doing. You know that relative who seems to live in their own world and only calls when they need something? Maybe it's a ride, financial help, or just someone to endlessly vent to. And if you try to say no, they make you feel guilty, as if being constantly available were your duty. These situations aren't just uncomfortable, they can harm your emotional and physical health. And the older we get, the more important it is to protect our energy and inner peace. You don't have to, and you shouldn't, carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. You have every right to set boundaries, even with family. That's not selfish, that's self-care, that's self-respect. Want an example? Imagine Donna Lucia in her 70s, who keeps getting calls from her cousin Marta asking for help around the house. Even though Marta has grown children who could help, she insists, "Oh, Lucia, you know I'm getting old. I just can't handle it anymore." But deep down, Lucia is already exhausted, and she knows it's not fair to be Marta's only support. In those moments, it's more than fair to respond with kindness, but also with firmness. "Cousin, I can't help you right now, but I can recommend someone or suggest another solution. You can offer alternatives without overloading yourself." Setting boundaries might feel hard at first, but over time, it becomes freeing. That's how you protect your peace, your time, and your health, which are life's true treasures at this stage. Number 2. The constantly negative relative. Another type of family member to be careful around is the one who always sees the glass half empty. You know the type, always talking about problems, complaining about their health, the government, money, the weather, and everything always seems to be going wrong. It's normal to vent once in a while. We all go through tough times, but living with someone who's stuck in negativity can be deeply draining, especially after 60 or 70, when our emotional and mental health require more care. Have you ever noticed how after spending time with someone like that, you feel more tired, more anxious, or even a little sadder? That's no coincidence. Constant pessimism can drag down your own energy too. That's why protecting your peace becomes a vital choice. If you have a relative like this, you can gently try to shift the mood. Instead of joining the complaint spiral, try steering the conversation towards something lighter, a happy memory, a funny story, or something that made you smile recently. Let's imagine your cousin Jorge. He's always complaining. Every time you meet, he says things like, "Nothing ever goes right for me. The country's a mess. My health just keeps getting worse." You might respond with something like, "I hear you, Jorge. Things are really tough. But the other day, I was remembering that family lunch we had. Remember how lovely that day was." If he keeps pushing the negative talk, it's perfectly okay to step back, with respect. You might say, "Cousin, I really need some lightness today. I'm going to take a little walk to clear my head. Your peace of mind has to come first. Surrounding yourself with constant negativity takes a toll on your body and your spirit. And at this stage of life, we need lightness, joy, and positive people around us. And if you're still here with us, comment number 2 down below so I know you're following along. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell. Your support is what keeps us going and bringing these videos to care for you. Shall we keep going? Number 3, the guilt-tripping relative. After 70, a particularly harmful type of family member is the one who makes you feel guilty for not always being available or for not meeting their expectations. They use subtle comments, often with a passive-aggressive tone, making you feel like you're letting them down, just to stir up a sense of obligation. Sometimes they even play the victim, saying things like, "You never visit me anymore," or "I thought I meant more to you." Of course, it's important to care for family, but that doesn't mean you should have to sacrifice your own well-being. As the years go by, your time and your energy become more valuable, and you deserve the freedom to choose how and with whom you want to spend them, without guilt and without unfair pressure. When someone constantly makes you feel bad for saying no, or for not being there 24/7, that's not love, that's emotional manipulation. And even if it comes from someone close, it can wear down your mental and emotional health and seriously impact your overall well-being. Let's imagine Aunt Mary. She says something like, "You didn't even call this weekend. I felt like I don't matter to you anymore." But the truth is, you needed rest. You needed to take care of your health. Or maybe you simply needed some time for yourself. And that's okay. You can respond with kindness and clarity. "Auntie, I care about you so much, but sometimes I need time to take care of myself. That doesn't change how much I love you." That's a healthy way to stand your ground, without giving in to guilt. Remember, you have the right to prioritize yourself. If certain relatives keep trying to make you feel guilty, maybe it's time to rethink those dynamics. Your time and your peace deserve to be honored. If this message resonates with you, comment number 3 below. And if you haven't joined our community yet, click that subscribe button and ring the bell so you keep receiving content that helps you protect your health, your dignity, and your peace. Let's keep going. Number 4, the relative who doesn't respect your space. As the years go by, having a peaceful environment and your personal space respected becomes even more important. And there's one type of relative that can seriously disturb that peace. The one who repeatedly crosses boundaries, ignoring your needs. You know the kind, the family member who shows up unannounced, who stays too long even when you're visibly tired, or who gets involved in things that aren't their business. At first, it might seem harmless, but over time, this behavior drains your energy and interferes with your well-being. You have every right to want more quiet and privacy. That doesn't mean you're distancing yourself from family. It simply means that, as you age, your space has become more sacred. And protecting it is an act of self-care. Let's imagine your cousin Jorge. He shows up every Sunday without asking if it's a good time, bringing chatter, noise, and demands, even when all you need is a peaceful Sunday. Or your brother, who goes through your things without asking, as if your space didn't need boundaries. In situations like these, the best response is to be kind but firm. You could say, "Jorge, I love seeing you, but today I really need some quiet time. Can we plan for another day?" That kind of clarity helps preserve the relationship without letting it cross your limits. Remember, setting boundaries isn't about rejecting people. It's about protecting what you've built. Your home, your routine, your moments of rest, they all deserve respect. And if a relative keeps ignoring your requests, it's okay to reduce contact or set clearer rules. You've earned the right to live peacefully. Honor that right. If you related to this message, comment number 4 below. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, take a moment to do that and turn on the notification bell. That way, you won't miss any content that values your health, your well-being, and your independence. Shall we move on? Number 5, the relative who tries to control your life. As time goes by, it's not uncommon for some family members, even those with good intentions, to try to take over decisions that should be yours. This often happens with adult children, daughters or sons-in-law, or other close relatives who care about your health or daily routine. But it's important to notice when that concern crosses the line and begins to take away your autonomy. The intention might be good, but when someone starts to control your schedule, your doctor's appointments, your meals, or even your free time, that can deeply affect your emotional well-being and slowly chip away at your independence. Let's imagine your daughter-in-law, Sandra. She insists on telling you what to eat, how often to walk, which doctor to see, and what you should or shouldn't do with your time. It might sound like care, but when it becomes constant, you start feeling restricted in your own life. In moments like this, it's essential to remind yourself you are a capable person with experience, wisdom, and the full ability to make your own decisions. It's okay to listen to advice, but that doesn't mean you have to follow it, especially if it doesn't align with what feels right for you. Saying something like, "I appreciate your concern, but I'd prefer to decide that myself," calmly and firmly, is an act of self-respect. You can still value the care of others, while making it clear that you're the one in charge of your journey. Setting those boundaries helps maintain healthy relationships without giving up your dignity, and it prevents the emotional stress that, over time, can take a toll on your health. You deserve to be respected, both for who you are and for the choices you make. After all, no one knows your life better than you do. If this message spoke to you, comment number 5 below. And if you're not yet part of our channel, take a second to subscribe and hit the bell. That way, you'll keep receiving our reflections and tips to live with more health, autonomy, and peace. Shall we continue? Number 6. The relative who uses guilt as a tool. The final type of relative you might need to avoid after turning 70 is the one who constantly tries to manipulate you through guilt. This kind of behavior is one of the most emotionally draining, and over time, it can seriously impact your mental and even physical health. You know the type. The person who's always saying you never visit, who implies that if you really cared, you'd make more of an effort. These emotional pressures can weigh heavily on your heart, even when you know you're doing the best you can. Let's imagine your cousin Carol. She calls often saying she misses you, but then throws in lines like, "If you really loved me, you'd be here more often." That's not just venting. It's a subtle and often unconscious form of manipulation. It makes you feel guilty for something that isn't wrong. It's important to remember you have the right to structure your routine in the way that works best for you, and that includes respecting your time, your energy, and your own priorities. If a family member constantly makes you feel guilty for not meeting their expectations, it's time to set clear boundaries. You can say something like, "I understand that you'd like to spend more time with me, but I also need to take care of myself to stay healthy." That's a gentle but firm way to protect your peace. Setting boundaries doesn't push people away. It protects what matters most: your health, your freedom, and your well-being. When you respect yourself, it becomes easier to maintain healthy relationships, even with difficult relatives. Reaching your senior years is an achievement, and with it comes the right and the need to prioritize your peace of mind. The way you care for your mental health now directly impacts your quality of life. Not every family tie means support. Recognizing when a relationship causes more pain than joy is a powerful step toward a lighter, more peaceful life. Setting boundaries with relatives who bring stress, guilt, or conflict is an act of self-love. You deserve relationships built on mutual respect, healthy communication, and genuine affection. Taking distance from certain family members isn't abandonment, it's self-care, and no one should feel guilty for that. If you made it this far, comment number 6 down below, and tell me, which of these reflections touched you the most today? If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, now is the perfect time. Click the subscribe button and turn on the bell so you don't miss any of our new videos. Your support is what allows us to keep creating content that informs, nurtures, and inspires. Thank you so much for watching. And until the next video, health and vigor is to soothe every pain.